स्टार्ट कर भाई।
Hello everyone. Today me Prince I am presenting my presentation on the topic of minimizing the potential hazards of materials and finishes for building. So minimizing the potential hazard is very important for any kind of building. And finishes are also very important for any kind of building. So when we talk about the hazards, this is very important to take full focus on the hazards. So we are going to the next slide, that is content. The first point is importance of material selection. The second one is common hazards, materials and finishes. And the third one is potential hazards caused by unsafe materials and finishes. New Zealand regulations and standards governing materials safety in construction. The fifth step is step 4, assessing materials hazards. And the last one is conclusion. So now we are going to next slide, which is importance of material selection. So when we select the material for any kind of construction building, so that is very important to take the material with the full research and with the full specifications. So now we are talking about importance of material selection. The significance of material selection in construction cannot be overstated. It is directly influence the safety, durability and overall performance of buildings. So importance of material selection is like this. If we use the bad quality of materials in our construction, so that may impact the safety, durability and performance of the building. When we talk about the building, so when we use the good material for all section of the building, then the building is going to long years. Key consideration includes structural integrity, fire resistance, environmental impact and health effects. Throughout, material selection ensures the creation of safe and sustainable structures meeting both regulatory requirements and user expectations.
Finish.
So now this is the third slide, that is importance of material selection. The first is durability. So if we are talking about durability and reliability, so we have to take the good material for our building. That material can be durable and reliability. So if material is durable and reliable, so we can put the material in our construction project. Second one is cost consideration. So when we take the material, so we have to consider the cost of the material. This is very important. If we take the wrong material of high cost, that can affect our budget also. The third one is weight and efficiency. If we are talking about weight and efficiency, so we have to segregate the weight of the building. So we have to take the good material for different kind of weight and efficiency. Now the fourth one is environmental impact. So if we take the good material, that cannot be affect the environment. So that is good for our and good for nature too. And this is good for our building also. The fifth one is maintenance and repair. So if we take the good materials, that can be easy to maintain the material and repair. If we take the wrong material, so that can be difficult to repair and maintain. The last one is aesthetics and design. So this is also very important to take the full focus. What are the design of the material? The next slide is common hazards, materials and finishes. The first one is lead-based paint. So lead-based paint is generally a type of paint that can be used in many type of painting. So that can be very toxic for the people. The second one is mercury. Mercury is very toxic in nature. The third one is benzene. Fourth one is volatile organic compounds, cadmium and asbestos. So now we talk about lead-based paint. Lead-based paint is considered hazardous due to toxic nature of lead. Lead is a heavy metal that when ingest or inhaled can have several health effects, especially in children and pregnant women. So when we use the lead-based paint, that can be very harmful for the children and pregnant women. So second one is mercury. Mercury is considered a hazardous material due to its toxic properties and the several health and environmental risks associated with its exposure. The third one is long-term exposure of benzene has been linked to an increased risk of developing various types of cancer and other blood disorders. The fourth one is volatile organic compounds are a group of organic chemicals that easily evaporate into the air at room temperature. It means if we use this type of hazardous material, so that can be evaporate in the air and then can be cause the air pollution, so in indoor or outdoor too. Then fifth one is cadmium is a toxic heavy metal that occurs naturally in a earth's crust, but it also lives into environment throughout various human activities. The last one is asbestos is a kind of a material which is like small particles. When people inhale these small particles, that can be goes to their lungs, and that can be very serious type of cancer. Now we're talking about potential hazards posed by unsafe materials and finishes. If we use the bad type of material and bad type of finishes, that can be cause different type of health risks. The first one is toxic chemical, second exposure, allergies and sensitivity. It also can impact our environment. If we use the toxic material, that can also affect our environment like water, soil and air pollution. The last one is fire hazards, that is flammability. Now we are talking about occupational health and safety work exposure. If we use the bad material, that can also affect our workers. Structural integrity, corrosion and degradation. So this corrosion and degradation also occur when we use the hazardous material. Legal and regulatory consequences, non-compliance, product durability and stability, degradation and instability. Now we are talking about New Zealand regulations and standards governing material safety in construction. The first one is Building Act 2004. If we are talking about Building Act 2004, that sets the rules for any kind of construction building. Now we are talking about building code. The building code is minimum standards that every building and every construction site have to maintain. The third one is Health and Safety at Work Act 2015. This is basically act for that person that they are workers or other type of construction workers. So Health and Safety at Work 2015 is very crucial in any case that workers can affect. The fourth one is Standards New Zealand, and the fifth one is Work Safe New Zealand. Work Safe New Zealand is basically sets out for the work safe for the workers. Now we are talking about Building Act 2004. Establish the legal basis for building controls and regulations in New Zealand. It also defines the powers and responsibility of regulatory authorities in overseeing building activity. The second one is Work Safe New Zealand. If we are talking about Work Safe New Zealand, that is very crucial for the safe work for the workers. The third one is New Zealand Building Code. This code is basically sets out the minimum standards that every building have to achieve. Now we are talking about steps for assessing material hazards. The first one is identifying material use. So first we have to identify the material, what type of material we are using in our construction site. Second is assess health effects. Third is consider environmental impact. Fourth is review regulatory requirements. And the fifth is training and communication. And the last one is monitor and review. Next. So this is the second last slide. So this is conclusion. The main reason of minimizing the hazards to ensure the safety and well-being of occupants, workers and the environment. This means the standards are making for the occupants, workers and well-being, so their life is not affected by the different kind of hazards. Now the finishes is the very important for any kind of construction site because finishes give the final touch to every kind of building. So thank you.
That was so nice, Prince. Yeah, I was.